Welcome back to the Riverwalk Center. I'm here with Don from Slifer Smith in Frampton. Kind of can be a tongue twister, but we are talking about the real estate market, and more particularly, we're talking about how things are going in Frisco right now. So I feel like you are the guy to educate us on that.
Well, I can speak a little bit to that. Frisco is a real pleasant surprise in our reasonably down economy, and I think people need to know that Frisco is really, it's a place where a lot of buyers have converged. We're finding that inventory is down in Frisco because there has been such demand, and we measure it in terms of absorption. So how many months would it take for all the product in that particular type of condo to sell? And what I found was surprising, and I kind of wanted to share that with the audience, is that while copper has maybe 50 months of inventory, and Breck, is a hot market, maybe has 10 months, Frisco's down to just 5 months of product to sell. So Frisco's been a happening place. People have been keying into it. It's great for front rangers, as you're aware. It's so easy to get on and off the interstate. And, summer and winter, I think Frisco couldn't be a better place.
Yeah. And, like you said, Frisco is a great spot for people looking to kind of get a second home or a ski home because you have access to all the mountains. But, talking about inventory being low in Frisco, with that being the case, are there new projects that are being built over there?
Well, in fact, the ones that were built in the bad times, there were 4 or 5 projects that came online. Those are all now sold out. There may be 1 or 2 plums left to pick from there, but for the most part, there are maybe 3 or 4 new projects coming on stream between half a dozen and maybe 2 dozen units each. So there will be new product coming on board.
So with this inventory as where it is right now, are there bargains that people can still look out for?
Well, there's a couple of cherries that somebody's ready to pick. We have one at Water Tower Place, our last 3-bedroom left for $689. It's an 1,800 square foot, beautiful deluxe brand new condo with lakeside views. It's a steal. We have one at Marina Park, which is a newer, not brand new, but newer unit, 4 bedrooms, giant with three-car garage.
Oh, wow.
That's under $1 million.
Ooh,
we have one more product over at the Legends, which is at the corner of 2nd and Teller. $669 will buy a brand new duplex, 2,200 square feet with 2-car attached garage.
Wow.
And I think that's brand new construction, and that's one that somebody ought to check out.
Yeah, and I feel like with just all the changes that Frisco has made as a town, you can only imagine that these are going to appreciate because they're doing lots of things to kind of revamp their image over there.
Absolutely they are, and I got to give props to Frisco. I mean, what they've done with the peninsula, I mean, there's stuff to do there all winter long. Yeah, cross-country skiing, tubing, all that stuff, but summertime too. BMXers, skateboarders, it's just a terrific job they've done with that.
Yeah. So just talking a little bit more in general terms, I mean, I know that you can obviously comment on the real estate market as a whole. How is it looking compared to maybe, the good old days that we saw a couple of years ago?
Well, that's a really key point, and I think that there's people visiting the county now, they kind of like to compare, well, how is it versus the good old days? Good old days, let's say back in 2006 and 7, we might have had in Summit County, considering all property types, maybe 2,100 sales. Well, this year, 2011, the last 12 months we finished, we had 1,100 sales. Now, that may sound like it's down 50%, but compared to 2010, we're up 10% in terms of total transactions. The other side of it is that people want to know, well, is it at the bottom? Is it the absolute bottom? Should I buy in right now? The thing I can point out is that in 2006 and 7, prices are now only 20% down from that.
Okay.
So it's not like they've fallen off the cliff, and prices are stabilizing, and as I said, inventory is now becoming a little bit down, so good time to buy.
Good time to buy. Well, if you are interested in learning more about what's going on in the Frisco market, we got that number right there on the screen, so give Don a call. He'll help you kind of navigate the ins and outs of what's available, and I know it's probably a good time to be looking at Frisco either way.
Call me today.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. We got a little bit more Summit Sunrise, so stay with us.